good morning everyone. I thought I would share with you a little bit of a continuation on my Social Security video that I did. Wow, thank you so much for watching it. I had a lot of views on that video, but there was a lot of confusion, misunderstandings, and misconceptions, and I thought I would clear that all up for all of you on today's episode of Homestead Tessie. I am a lot older than what I appear. Most people know my age, but a lot of people said they thought I was in my 30s or 40s and didn't understand why I was talking about Social Security. No, my friends, I am a lot older than that. In fact, my husband will soon be collecting Social Security. The whole idea of Social Security was because my revenue dipped so much that I decided I wanted to see if I could live on my Social Security alone. Of course, my husband makes more than I do. But it is how I am living my life now. That way I don't have to stress and strain and worry about it. Yes, Social Security is not meant to be solely lived upon. You should have some kind of investments or savings and things like that. The majority of people don't. And unfortunately, a lot of people are only living on the Social Security. I am not only living on the Social Security. So here is the deal with me. We have a savings account. We are not living paycheck to paycheck. And living on the $800 a month gives me some money to put into our savings account. So I am forcing myself to live in a poverty situation now, so I have funds for when I really do retire in life. There's the answer to that, which I have answered in numerous videos. So this isn't a first time for me answering this, but every time I make a video, there are people that maybe never even heard of me before. Another really funny comment was, somebody said they thought I lived in my parents' home. I don't know how old they think I am, but I am going to be 56 years old. I do not live in my parents' home. My parents have been in heaven now 4 years, and I moved out of my parents' home almost 39 years ago. I don't live in my parents' home. I was age 17 when I moved out, so I don't know anything about that. I assume it was just a comment, you know. And the question is, well, you don't even work. How do you earn Social Security? It is unbelievable, the misconceptions that people have about YouTube and about everything. I don't work. I have to chuckle at all that because I work full time. In fact, I pay taxes in quarterly, and I work with Google, and I also have another job. And I get paid the same as any job anywhere. I get paid the same. I get paid the same whether if I worked at Walmart, whether I worked at a grocery store, or whether I work with YouTube. I get paid the same, except for YouTube doesn't offer insurance. But I have to pay my taxes just like everyone else. It has to come out of my paycheck, and I also am paying into Social Security. There you go. So many people think that YouTube is not a job. I don't know what they think it is, but try it for one day and see what you think. YouTube is a full-time job. It's a lot of work. Is it a passion of mine? Of course it is. I love YouTube. I love working with YouTube, but it is work. Full-time work, because it doesn't just happen like that. Now, there are some people, even some large channels, that don't edit, don't do anything. They turn the camera on, they just sit at one place, and they talk about finances and things like that. To me, that's not much work, but they do get paid the same as working. Then there's some of us that are smaller that really do put a lot of time and effort into our videos. Sometimes 10, 12 hours by the time we get dressed, we do the work, we edit it, we upload it. So yes, YouTube is a full-time job if this is a full-time business, and for me it is. It is a mission, a calling, a hobby, and a full-time business for me. I do earn my major income on YouTube. and it ebbs and flows, just like a seasonal job. So YouTube would be like a seasonal job where you have seasons that do well and seasons that do poorly. If you're interested in my expenses, I went into full detail. No, I do not have insurance. I told you that, only health insurance. I have other insurances. And so we're debt free. I went into all of that. You're gonna have to just go back and watch the videos I have in the description box if you wanna know more about it. No, I was not including my husband's Social Security. This is a challenge. This is a lifestyle for me to see what I can do. It's hard for people to understand why I would choose to do this, because I enjoy it. To me, it's a challenge to see how well I can perform in these situations. Yes, if my husband, something would happen to him, I could collect his Social Security, which is more than mine. But as the years go with YouTube, I've been on YouTube 9 years, earning an income 9 years. How do I know what I'm going to be collecting? Social Security website has all of your credits, has everything in there according to your Social Security number. All you do is type in your Social Security number, and it has all of the records of what you're earning, what your estimated will be. It may be more, it may be less. I'm picking 800 as a very low number to see if I can live that way. Also, I am living this way for a certain reason so I can save money. I can't spend every cent that I earn. I have to save money for emergencies in case YouTube is gone one day, and then I have to think of another platform or another way to earn an income. You go to the Social Security website, make sure it is the government website if you are interested in learning what you earn. So, and yes, Medicaid, Medicare, all that will come out of that. I am so aware of it. I'm extremely knowledgeable when it comes to Social Security. We have been working on this for me for 9 years. While we are joint taxes, we also are individual taxes as well. I'm earning my credits individually. Our own accountant that we've had for about 38 years. So we have an accountant that does all of these things. You know, it's not just us coming up with it out of our heads, you know. But there you go. And I explained so much more too, but I thought I would answer that misconceptions up, and I explained it. So if you have more comments about that, I'm just going to show you this link for you guys, because I don't need to keep explaining it, but there are some people that just don't understand. And there you go. I live extremely frugal, and I learned a lot about low income, middle income, and upper income. As I stated many times, I grew up in an upper income home. The people that I was around would look at my home now and say this is poverty. But this isn't poverty, because I have a really nice home. But if you have somebody that's really poverty living, would look at my home and say, wow, you're middle class income. It's all a perspective. Perception is a main thing. You know, it's not one size that fits all. Like I always tell you, that if I was going to offer this property to a lot of people, they would think that this is an amazing property, and it is. I love my property. We have made the value of this triple from when we bought it. But if you're used to living an affluent lifestyle, this property would look like nothing to them. And so it's a matter of perspective, and it's just really, really interesting. When we were first married, and a lot through our marriage, our properties were worth 4 times what this one is. But we downsized, and now we live in this beautiful property that I love. I wouldn't trade this for anything in the world. It doesn't cost much. And with the $800 a month, that does include our taxes. It does include our taxes. And so living in a mobile home, we have a lot of different credits and a lot of different things that we have a lower expense in a lot of ways. And so, yes, it's very interesting. And it's also regional. So you could look at me and say, well, that's not true. Well, it may not be true for where you live, but it's true for where we live. Things are regional, just like expenses are regional. You can go to 10 different Aldi stores, and each one will have a different price depending on where you're from. See you guys in the next one. Bye.